Hey, it's Vince Del Monte, online fitness business coach, and we're here in Delray, Florida for another Becoming an Entrepreneur episode featuring a girl whose name says it all, mini but mighty. And even though her back was up against the wall with a ton of college debt, she had an idea. And she executed on that idea, and you're gonna hear how things turned out for her. Enjoy.
So I graduated from college in 2017 and I moved back home. Ultimately my goal was to go to grad school. I wanted to get my CSCS, become like the most certified trainer and nutrition specialist. I was currently working on my Instagram, trying to build that, and I always had the idea of starting a business kind of as my end goal. So I worked 5 different jobs for a year, trying to save up for grad school. I was doing like bartending, waitressing, going from job to job, trying to save up enough money, but I didn't have the best of luck. I realized I'm like, I need to just take a leap of faith, quit my job, start a business, just wing it. I decided that I want to commit a solid hour every single day, learning something new. So whether it's listening to podcasts or YouTube videos, I am done dealing with horrible management. I'm done, working for other people, and I'm just, I'm starting my own thing. So every single day I would listen to at least one podcast. I just educated myself. I had no business experience, no mentors, no knowledge about anything business related. I didn't even have a credit card at the time. I didn't know how to use a credit card. It was pretty bad. And within 1 month, I released a program. It's called an 8-week challenge. I did pretty well, but not as good as I anticipated. And then 2 months later, I released another program, and I didn't make that much progress from the last one. The program itself was great. It was just my marketing and knowing how to sell. I didn't have much confidence at all. It was day 4 selling my program. I had 1 week to sell it. And I was getting very discouraged because I'm like, I'm not doing much better than last time. So I literally just said a quick prayer, and I went to the gym. I said, God, send me one podcast that will really, really help me. And I searched one podcast, and it was one that Vince was featured in. And he was giving really helpful tips on email marketing. I was just like, holy crap, I don't even have an email list. I need to get on that. And I followed his tips, and he helped a lot. She's like, wow, this is awesome. And he mentioned in the podcast that he was Christian. I was like, okay, cool. So I found him on Instagram. It was a story highlight that labeled fear. I was like, okay. Clicked it, and it was like my favorite Christian song. What was it called? No Longer Slaves?
You unravel me with a melody. You surround me with a song.
And I listened to the whole thing, and I literally started tearing up in the middle of the gym. And I messaged him. He just, started watching my stories, giving me feedback when I'm selling, giving me little tips. Just like, okay, I can see him as a coach because I knew he was a coach. He mentioned it in the podcast. And then we booked a call. I asked him a ton of questions, and I was still a little bit unsure, but I knew no matter what, I don't want to be running around with my, playing the guessing game. I don't want to know, I want the answers, I want the direction, I want the clarity, and I want someone who's already been through all the trial and error. And ultimately, hiring a coach wasn't me depending on him. It was me investing in myself. And it was me saying, okay, now I have to be all in because I dropped every single penny. At 23 years old, I earned a good amount of money from my previous program. It's all going away. I could use this to pay off all my debt. I had enough to pay off all my debt, and that's a little secret that I never mentioned. I didn't. So I'm like, you know what, I'm an investing coach. So since I hired Vince, I was just given more clarity. I was just given straight answers. He wasn't babying me. He wasn't, he was just telling me, okay, your next step is to do this. All right, now I can work on that, focus on that. And I'm not, questioning, oh, is this the right move or is this the right move? And questioning which step to take requires more energy, more thinking, more effort than actually doing the step itself. So why not just have someone tell you what to do? So after, a solid month of just listening to podcasts, educating myself, I successfully hit the 5-figure mark, which was a shocker to both me and my family. They had no idea what you can do through Instagram. even actually start a business through Instagram, but I just felt like I was just capable more. And it wasn't so much the money I wanted to hit, it was more so like how many people can I actually impact. I was training about 100 women, and it was the best feeling in the entire world. I'm like, I want to impact more women. So after I hired Vince, I was able to reach out to around 500 women, and I, was earning what I would earn. I was earning my dream salary, like in 1 week I exceeded my goal salary that I set in January. Being a 23-year-old, just graduated college, I thought 100 grand was like, whoa. But now I'm like, wow, like after listening to, these entrepreneurs, like, why aim for 100 grand when you can aim for $1 million? It's just like, true. So my goal has been way bigger. The bigger my goals, I think bigger, I invest, and Vince has taught me that people all have the same problems. We all have the same insecurities. We all have fear about losing money. We all fear about, what if this doesn't work out? So it's like recognizing that we all have the same fears. If you're willing to do what most people aren't willing to do, that's what's going to set you apart.
So what's interesting is after you had some success with your first launch, you didn't use that money to pay off your college debt or to go spend it. What did you do?
I put every penny towards coaching, towards investing in you as a coach. And, I earned enough to actually pay off all of my debt by my second launch. And I'm like, nope, I'm going to invest it in a coach. I was told I was crazy, but, I knew I had a vision, and I knew that I needed to hire a coach. So that's what I did.
Even if you have your back against the wall, what are you going to do if you don't do this? You just got to make the leap. You got to decide, and then we take massive action. The secret to success is to commit first and figure out the rest later, just like Kathryn did. So if you're ready to do that, apply right now for the Vince Del Monte 7-Figure Mastermind. Click the link on the screen or the link below. We'll jump on the phone, see if you're a good fit for our program, and then we rock and roll. I hope to hear from you soon.